I actually saw your face just for a moment. I couldn't tell if it was smiling because it was too fleeting a glimpse.
I'm not sure smile is the word. Exhausted, yes.
Ah. Too much playtesting?
I haven't done any, just ridiculous hours of work.
Yeah, that I can understand. I have those days.
Oh.
So it looks like this is who we're going to have, because Vex, I guess, said he is completely sick and not going to be here. So we have who we have.
Who was that? That other person who was on the chat.
Nope, I missed. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Who else was on the chat?
Oh. Oh no, it was a different game. I was someone called Albino Fox had turned up.
Ah.
It was a
yeah. Good.
It was a shadow run from last night, and I was just too exhausted, so I thought I'll try and grab a couple of hours sleep. Oh shit! Roll20 is just reloading itself on me.
Yeah, it's probably going to do that again for everybody. Give me a moment.
Oh yeah, just doing the same for me.
Sorry about that. Vex is solo. Sorry guys, I was just doing a little bit of cleanup, and it's going to restart probably one or two more times. Because, and if I accidentally remove one of you guys, let me know. But I'm cleaning up the game roster on Roll20. Is why. So if
you deleted me. I don't actually know if you deleted me.
Okay, well, I don't think I did. I think I just...
Oh boy. It begins again, my friends.
Well, I think it's probably a good idea to, delete those people who turned up for 1 or 2 games and then we never saw them.
Oh no, I'm talking about, the fact that our GM has gone silent. This is incredibly reminiscent of 7 days ago.
Suck if this thing starts doing this again, because I have been talking, and yes, what the hell is going on? Alright, well, shit. It's voice meter that's doing it, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Computer's restarted a couple of times. I even updated voice meter since that happened. I went and looked, and there was a slightly newer version, so I on here. So don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'll have to watch it. Next time it happens, I'll have to watch if I can still hear you guys, but I don't know if it's still going. See if the band still moves for you guys, or if it's just me. Maybe it's this mic. Maybe it's something to do with my mic that's crapping out.
Who knows? Not me, because I don't know what program you're even referencing.
Well, but it's when I restart the voice meter stuff, when I restart that, it fixes it. So I don't know if it could be the mic. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. But apparently levels are a bit high. I was clipping there for a second. Okay. So anyway... So in case anybody was in doubt, we are live. And stuff. Let's see. Close that window. So, all the stuff that happened last time, the roof wasn't on fire per se, but it certainly did collapse. Okay. The roof. Anyway, I don't know, man. Okay. So, everybody, I believe everybody escaped. Marcellus, I'm sorry, guys. Where did we leave off? Did everybody escape the building, or were you still inside? Was somebody still inside?
I think we all escaped the building.
I mean, I wasn't here last week because I got completely confused on days and what have you. So I might still be in the building. I have no idea. I was still in the building when the last time I was there.
Considering what happened, you're probably not still in that building. Or you're under like a pile of rubble because that entire side of the building collapsed.
Basically, yeah, you got. We'll just start out with this and see how it goes. Need a couple. We'll do two athletics rolls to escape because you were still in the building. Is it basically you guys were fighting? You were taking out those Arasaka Gar security people, and then the clown showed up, and then some more explosions. The hole. Let's see if I can just flip back over to the map so you can get a look. But the hole in the roof of the building just continued. Let's see if this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hole in the building continued to get bigger until that whole left side of the building had effectively the roof had caved in and collapsed, and the building itself overall was beginning to collapse.
Well, those of us that were on the roof, which was me and Bullet, we escaped in the Arasaka AV, which we
right. You got away. You hot wired and got away in the AV, and you effectively.
You went quiet.
Oh no, we lost him.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Got as far as
okay.
We escaped, and we effectively.
I was muting myself to take some munchies, and I must have hit the button too quick. Anyway, yes, you guys escaped in the AV that you hotwired. That apparently the tech missed something on tracking, but eventually figured it out. You stashed it, and you guys met. Let's see, you and Bullet met back up. Was it just you and Bullet, or
Yeah.
Mirage? You weren't with them, were you? You weren't in the AV, were you?
No, I wasn't in
So
the
I thought.
AV. It was Bullet, the tech, and Stringer, I think.
Right.
Yeah, the NPC tech.
The NPC tech. So you guys got it stashed. You got away. I think you met up, as you're saying that now, I believe Stringer and Bullet met up somewhere in between and acknowledged that the thing had been stashed, left in the warehouse for your guy to find. Go ahead.
Yeah, my chop shop guy should have been on the way.
Right.
I think he actually got there and told me, basically confirmed that. He was going to take possession and then start chopping it, and he'd contact me in a couple of days, money-wise.
Right. Okay. Mirage, you were you stuck your way. You already got back to the condo.
I got seen at the last minute, but then, they experienced my super speed.
Yes. And you escaped. Your super speed. Like City of Heroes super speed, right? There's an old game. There's an old game for you. PC game. Anyway.
Oh, I used to love that game.
I was actually in the first rounds of beta in that game for quite a while until they started really screwing it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get it eventually.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a great game. Okay, so you got back. Marcellus. So Marcellus, you at the point that everybody was escaping, like you said, the left-hand side of the building pretty much collapsed. There's there was a major support wall that runs through the entire building that was down the center. But the building is on its way down, or is. So you were still down there, had been still down here fighting these guys. Move this a little bit. Yeah, so you had been down there still fighting those guys. But I would assume when the building starts to come down, you'd probably want to escape.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So we'll giving you this. I think what it took took the other people that were inside or barrage, excuse me, that was inside, was an athletics to get to the far side of the building that's not as collapsed, and then another one to get down the side of the building.
Yep, they're there. 21 and 22.
Oh, okay. I
22.
just didn't see him come up. Yep, I see him now. Very good. Yes, 20 is sufficient. And I think 15 was sufficient for the first one. But in any case, you got it. So yes, you are down in the street. And we'll start with, since the others had already had started to, well, actually, I think everybody was headed back to the building. Where would you like to go?
I will head back to the apartment, keeping an eye out for any more trouble from bozos in clown cars and such like.
Yeah.
But effectively going, if I see them, if they're not doing anything, I'm not doing anything to them, because there's no need to.
Yeah. Well, also the bozos are on our side in this. It's just, you know, this
Exactly.
thing. 8-foot tall raccoon suddenly appears on the roof. Was my general reaction.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I got attacked by the 11-foot clown or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Yep, there was like a what was it? There was a raccoon. There was a monkey drummer, and a raccoon, and a lizard. Yeah. Yep. The monkey drummer is my favorite. But okay, so you can get back to the building. You will on your way, just for because the other people saw this. The other guys saw this already too. Anyway, there was, depending on exactly when you go through, there's at least one, or we may see two different Militech convoys of vehicles and equipment going down that main road in front of the building.
Uh-huh.
You have no further issues or sightings of bozos at this point. I'm going to flip the map back over to the overall here. But, yeah, there's basically, now were you, let's see, you weren't, it was last week that we went over what happened, what has now happened as a result of the incident on the building.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yep.
I put together that hit piece on Arasaka, hoping to expose their lies.
Sorry guys, I'm munching on my breakfast here. Anyway, so Marcellus, when you get back to the building, that entertainment center playing in the front, in the lobby, has a replay of the current news going on it right now. Basically, there's an announcement that there had been an emergency meeting just in the last few minutes. Finished emergency meeting of the city council, of the Night City Council and Night City Council. Anyway, but basically, Arasaka has been given a contract to secure the this line of the highway here. Everything south of it. Everything south of that highway has been deemed now free fire zone because, and this is specifically because of the incident on the roof of the building that you guys were just involved in. because the Arasaka people were attacked, and by, just out of nowhere, they were attacked by people from the area. And that and other problems and explosions and gang violence in the area has just been out of control, so the city has decided to do this.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah, Arasaka now has the contract to secure this line. Militech somehow received the contract for trying to regain some semblance of somewhat peace down in this area. And Robert Roberts, property management, because they already had such a amazing plan for growth and improvements to the city already in place, and they're already starting to do it. They have received the blessing and assistance somewhat of the city in taking over, in gentrifying, of the properties, so that they can continue their plan of putting up the new buildings and so on. And again, the emergency meeting of the city council was called specifically because of the attack on the Arasaka security personnel, as they were trying to rescue their VP that was in that first AV that exploded. Unprovoked, by the way, of course. Attack. And
Technically, it was.
That part is true.
Technically, it was unprovoked.
that's
I
true.
just went,
Yeah.
yeah, we know
Yeah,
Arasaka.
legitimately true. It's the only part of the report that is true.
We
Instead
know
it
what
was unprovoked.
Arasaka's up to, so I'll take him down first.
Never trust Arasaka. They're poking around
No.
the neighborhood. That's, just the dumb things. Shoot them.
There was a whole conversation with the Militech personnel, security personnel that was in the area, that with Stringer, I believe, had that conversation.
Yep.
And he was definitely a Militech man. He was thoroughly. Militech is the best place to work ever. They have the best
He was
benefits.
great.
Did you know that?
And he was talking the truth. I'll just have you know. It was all true. Militech's the best. No bias.
Yeah, he's got some sort of behavioural chip in him that makes him speak entirely in macros.
In campaign or advertising slogans.
Yeah.
Yep. So, that event happened. Things have progressed significantly then since you were played last, basically. So that's where we are. All that stuff happened. Marcellus, not long after you actually get out of the building and start to get away from it, that entire building is now a pile of rubble. It just continued.
Yeah.
As you were escaping it, it continued to collapse. So this building is now like 90% pile of rubble and steel and concrete and stuff. There's very little, if any, of it still standing. Let's see. I think these guys picked pretty much everybody that could be picked clean. They've got both of both of the sniper rifles are missing. I think they got. Yeah, I don't think there was anything.
I think we got one of the rifles, didn't we?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. You got one of the rifles. The other rifle disappeared.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
fell to the
there.
ground, so
Right. And you
anybody
got it.
passing by probably went, ooh.
Yes.
Fancy gun.
Yeah.
They didn't take the fancy ammo because I got that.
They were. Well, my thought on that was that they were probably in kind of a hurry to not hang around. There was something that could be grabbed and walk away. Without
Yeah,
sticking
we're probably
around
going to start
search.
hearing stories of some homeless guy living in the tent who, when he's harassed, bursts out of the tent with this really high-tech fuck-off gun.
Yeah, until he's fired, whatever the magazine capacity is, and then he can't afford to get more ammo for it. All right. So I will, if you would like. Did you want to do any searching for stuff that you could loot on the way back to the building? Or are you
if
just
there's
are
anything
you
available, but
okay?
I'm sure it's all been picked clean by now.
If you would like to roll an awareness notice, but it's going to be a fairly high because it has been picked pretty clean by the time you get out. But there's always a chance.
It's also a solo, so you know.
He's also a solo. Yes, there's that.
He is also a solo.
Yep, there it goes. Okay.
And that's just about the worst I can roll now.
Almost. And that I had already said that is not high enough to find anything because, again, between the other players and just people on the street, everything had been pretty clean. But I wanted to give you an opportunity to find something. All right. And you are good enough now. You could have rolled high enough without rolling 10.
Yeah.
2 just doesn't cut it. Let's see. So we've got all that. So you guys are all back at the building. Things have changed in the neighborhood a bit. As I mentioned before, you got the Militech convoys. A couple of them have gone by. The normal people that are on the street, groups of local gangs or whatever, people that you might see on the street, or even during this time of day, during the day, you'd even see regular people from the upper part, from the northern part of the city. You'd see other just people walking around going to one of the shows or something. That's all changed significantly. So what do you guys want to do?
Is this after all of the gun cleaning and stuff?
Right, the next day.
Well, look, I'm going to get hold of Stringer because he's kind of our man on the street, as it were. And, you know, we've kind of caused our own problems here. And we really need to come up with some sort of plan to expose our crooked real estate agency and everything else, and get back on track with trying to save our little corner of the world.
Yeah, already working on that.
As just for the timeline update, yes. Stringer, you're going to be you were last week. We said you were going to be working on the video and stuff. Mirage, I know, met with your relative that to work on the guns. We arranged all that stuff. They were going to be ready in the morning. So Marcellus is coming back right away. You still will have had or will have your meetings and stuff, but we are not to the next. At this point, that would be, what would it be? Late afternoon to evening. And the guns will be back. The guns that are being cleaned and everything will be back the next morning. Okay. So, anything that you guys might still want to accomplish this evening, you can. Or you can discuss plans and come back around for in the morning, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah. Well, I was putting together that basic hit piece on Arasaka to distribute free to the smaller media companies. And if Channel 23 want it, they can have it for free as well, because it's not an exclusive. But basically, I'm going to, zoom in for close-ups of the period before the AV exploded. Basically, so I can point out that, no explosive devices were used by the persons on the rooftop with blurred out faces.
I was wondering if you were going to mention that or not,
Yeah.
because that was going to that would have been interesting. Events. But okay, so you're distributing that to the smaller places. They will all accept it, and they are not immediately airing it though. I'm going to do some rolls for that in a moment.
Yep.
But you get that distributed to you will have gotten that distributed. That'll take some time to get that finished and then sent over to those places.
After showing that, it's also going to have the and remember the Juilliard building. There'll be the rubble and the shots I've got of Arasaka goons killing the survivors and stuff like that is going to go in there. Basically, it's going to end with the excuse me. The question of Roberts aren't big enough to pull this gentrification off, so are they just a front for Arasaka? Well, I think so.
So that I like it. You're doing that.
Yeah. Also, the Joy Hotel. It'll be the developers who didn't want the big corporations to come in and demolish everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who were killed.
Mm-hmm.
Oriental hit squads.
Oh,
I know it was triads, but by calling them Oriental hit squads, it's also pointing at Arasaka as well.
it could be.
And it's not a lie.
Good old
That's
casual
right.
racism.
And less chance that you'll have the triads coming after you directly. Slightly less chance. Unless, of course, their people get recognized.
Change that to highly skilled Oriental hit squads.
Okay. So you are working on your video. At this point, you're still working on that. And Marcellus, you're gonna go see Stringer. So you guys are gonna see what you work out. You will find, and I don't know, you go knock on his door, I suppose, yeah, or you call him, or how do you want to handle it?
Yeah, go up, knock on his door.
Yep, I'll check on the hall camera. When I recognise him, I'll go and answer it.
Yeah. So
Yep, you could.
Effectively, look, yesterday's kind of brought everything down on us, and we really need to get back ahead of stuff. We've kind of been distracted recently with other work and putting money in the bank, but we need to get back on top of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to, at this point, it kind of feels to me, and now we've got this, this mirage has shown up. Surely maybe we're in a position where perhaps we ought to start thinking about trying to actually get the dirt on Robert Robertson. Maybe look at some sort of hit on their offices and see what dirt can be pulled out.
Yeah. Also, is your brother still in town?
I don't know. Is my brother still in town?
I don't know. Let's find out. Well, let's see. He was hiding when last your brother was part of the story. He had that whole running from whatever the job was that he kind of flubbed, and he was hiding out.
And he is the netrunner who hero worships me.
Right.
So if he's got a legitimate excuse to turn up, that could easily be stretched into a pretend legitimate excuse for hanging around with you for as long as possible.
Yeah, exactly.
He is still in town. In fact, he was able to acquire a sublease or something on another condo in the building. He in between, you haven't seen him very much at all, other than that he mentioned
He thought there was something he was looking into in the immediate neighborhood on the net, and he'll go into some real technical netrunner stuff, but
Yeah.
something weird, something kind of odd locally that he decided he wanted to hang around and hang around so he could check it out more. And it doesn't hurt that he's not real well known in this area, so he's not likely to get, spotted and the people that are looking for him find him.
Yeah. Also, when he turned up and was, did a few things. I remember that we asked him to look into something netrunner wise, but I can't for the life of me remember what.
It was to do with a job that we never actually completed.
Oh, I remember now. It was we got that data chip, and that gave us some of the information about the plans for.
Yes. So he'd done the data chip, and then we were doing some weird piece of experimental cyberware tracking something down, and he was doing some work on that. But that never.
Oh yeah, but we never finished that scenario.
Yeah, because that job was through Pac-Man, and when Pac-Man disappeared, you no longer had your in to do anything with that, because you're actually basically working with him, and he was working with the Night City Police Department on that whole thing.
Yeah.
So when he disappeared, you're just a bunch of edge runners trying to get in the police's way at that point.
The other person that it might be worth seeing if he's in town is my identical twin. Who is a rocker and who also hero worships me. Because there's nothing like a good rocker to get the crowd going and on your side.
Let's see. We'll have to check into that too. Give me a moment here. I'm looking at your identical twin that's a rocker. Okay. Well, let's see. What are the odds that your identical twin that's a rocker who hero worships you will be in town? Yes. So apparently you haven't spoken too much. You keep in contact just enough to, know where each other are, because he does, or at least he makes sure that you know where he is, because he worships you. But yeah, actually he is in town. He was actually supposed to be playing a gig at the Hell. Because we didn't determine what kind of rock or roll kind of music he plays, so yeah. He's actually been playing at the Hell club.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see, so...
Name is Jackson.
Jackson, all right.
Yeah, but with a double X. JAXXSON.
Okay.
So, obviously, so my first thing I was saying is I do think that maybe hitting Robert Robertson would be a good thing, and if my bro Icepick can be there for burning any of the databases, and obviously we've got Mirage who can get us in. That would be good. And, I can always get Jackson to start pushing the locals when he's playing about, the badness of Arasaka and how our little community looks after each other and all work together and actually make it a safe place to live for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, see if you can get him to finish his gigs with a cover version of Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it.
Yeah. Yep.
Or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines that just sort of gets all the local area and slightly beyond kind of more on our side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the other thing I was doing was looking for a kendo school. Kendo Kenjutsu. Or if that fails, brain dance. Chip.
I think our GM's audio has died.
Yeah.
Okay, try again.
It's going to be one of those sessions. You can hear
I don't even know what to say. It worked fine in between. I've actually recorded a couple of videos in between. I didn't have any trouble with it, so I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out in here somewhere. Try a different mic and see if it works any better. The problem is the only other mic I've got really sounds bad. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Stringer, you and Marcellus are having a conversation. Stringer, you're going to be working on your photo and videos, your photo and film. You're cutting that together.
Yeah.
You basically.
One thing to bear in mind: my credibility is now 8.
Well, my only comment was if you were going to look for the martial arts trainer, you'd have to stop the other stuff you're doing to go do that. You know. So I don't know if you want to do that right now, though. That's all. That's the only reason I mentioned that.
I'll do the film first. Look for the martial arts thing in the morning. There's probably going to be a website for martial arts schools in Night City.
Oh yeah. Well, you just hook up, either go to or connect to a data term, and do a search for martial arts schools and go from there. It won't be too hard to do that. Search it. It'll just figure out if there's. I'll do some rolls. Figure out if there's a the particular one you're looking for. You know. That's all. And how good they are, and if they'll accept you, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So now keep in mind, right now, you guys, it is just Marcellus and Stringer having this conversation, deciding what you're going to do.
And then once we've sort of, if we're in agreement, I was then going to bring Mirage into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think that taking a run at Robert Roberts' offices, unless your brother can hack them and get us the information that we need.
Well, we can see if he can. It depends whether it's accessible via the net or if we're going to have to get inside so he can plug into a air gap system.
Yeah.
Nope.
So going to be also getting in contact with Jackson around starting to push our agenda through his performances and getting people on our side, and with Ice Pick to see if he can take a run at Robert Robertson's systems, and if they're not online, then we bring Mirage in and we put together our own little hits on their offices. And your mic's gone again.
Rip.
No, still.
I know what to tell you. This is annoying as hell. Okay, anyway. So, yes, you try to contact Jackson. He doesn't answer his phone. He will send you a text back that he's actually on stage. He'll call you when he can.
Yeah. That's
And,
cool. And then
Yep.
go again, ice pick to see if there's anything that if he can hit Robert Robertson via the net, or if it's an air gap system or whatever, then we bring Mirage in and we put together our own little hit on the our own little stealth mission to break into the offices.
Yeah.
Okay. Ice Pick does some probing and some checking it out. He says they definitely have a big presence on the net, but it doesn't seem to be anything but advertising. It looks like their main data fortress stuff is not actually directly, like you suggested, air gapped. But he also mentions
Damn it, they're
He
sensible.
he starts to say something else, and then he cuts himself off. He goes, I'll tell you about that in person.
Cool.
Ooh.
So let's go visit Mirage and bring him up to speed. And you know, he needs to start having a look into Robert Robertson and putting together how he thinks an infiltration.
Well, assuming you
a
can convince him to.
late break-in would best be performed.
There's the book I was looking for. Okay, so he's on a different floor. You want to take the elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Mm.
Always stairs.
I've learnt that as well. Always stairs. His mic's dying.
Apparently it cut out again. So anyway, so always stairs, got it. You guys are no fun. But, all right, so yeah, you go to his place. So Mirage, you got to knock on the door. Your brother, was it? That you did the stuff with the weapons on?
Yeah.
Okay. They left not too long ago. They were going to go take care of stuff, and then they were going to bring back the ones that, like, you get the whole deal you guys discussed.
Cool. Before he does leave, I basically just ask him to bring a couple of extra items as well. And yeah, it's basically 3 suppressors and armor-piercing bullets. For guns.
Suppressors for those weapons. Because it's
yeah,
like the suppressor
one for my
depends on what
pistol, yeah.
splits. And one
yeah,
for your
basically,
pistol.
yeah, like 1 5mm, one I think 10 mil, and yeah, 1 5.56.
Your see again. Okay, no problem on the weapons you got from the Arasaka people. That's no big deal. They're pretty common. And lost my book again. Lost a different book this time. One moment.
I mean, last time I saw Arasaka guys in full combat armor, like armor-piercing bullets, is just like the natural reaction to this.
What is your handgun again?
10 mil.
10 mil. What kind is it? Just if it might need it. I just wanted to look at it up real quick to see if it looked like it would just take one, or if it would take any modification to the gun to take a suppressor.
Medium. It's a medium handgun. It's the Arasaka WSA.
Oh, you're talking about for the sniper rifle.
No, the pistol is the
sniper
rifle's the WSSA.
Right. Yes, I knew that. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, no, that's no problem then. Okay, all good.
Cool.
Good.
What's the stats on
you
that?
can do that. On the on the rifle, on this pistol or the sniper rifle?
The pistol.
Ah.
What you got in there?
The damage is 2d6 plus 3, 15 rounds in the mag, rate of fire is 2. It's very reliable with a range of 50 meters. It's very standard medium pistol.
Yep, pretty much. Okay. Now that I finally not found my Night City book that I've been searching around for, I can't remember what it was I was looking for the book to find. Damn it. Alright. So anyway, alright, so yeah, you guys go knock on... So, you request him to bring those things back. He says that's no big deal. I'll take care of it for you. And, we'll see if he has any trouble finding him. He doesn't think he will. Okay. We'll see. Okay. So you were getting 1 for your handgun and 3 altogether. 1 for your handgun and 2 for the rifles, right?
No. 1 for my tiny handgun, 1 for my handgun, and 1 for my rifle.
Okay. What is the tiny handgun?
Budget arm C13, light pistol, 5mm.
Okay. That one would have to be modified to take a suppressor. Or anything like that. It's just a very inexpensive weapon. It doesn't have doesn't come with the means to do anything extra to it. Any modifications have to be, actually custom done. Whatever.
Alright,
because I figured that I just pulled it up, and considering it's a what was the description here again? Yeah, it's a light duty, it's a holdout gun. The standard reliability. It's really really inexpensive. Those are the things that tell me it's not going to be automatically, or from the factory capable of doing that. Anything else?
All light pistols are cheap.
Well, you know what I mean. Yep.
But okay, no, I won't bother with that then. I'll just get
Okay.
the 2, and then armor-piercing bullets as well.
Okay. He will do his which you would know, being family. He has a very standard line. He'll say, "Now you know these are illegal, and don't tell anybody where you got them." But he'll have no problem getting them for you, and he's cool with it. But he's just he always says that though,
Yeah.
because he doesn't want you, go complaining to some other relative or something, or potential customer.
I never
Not that
got
you
one
probably
from
would.
him.
No, you found them on the street.
Yep.
Along
these
with some
Arasaka
magazines.
Guys,
That's right.
Packing armor-piercing bullets.
So there's a bunch of at your door, Raj.
Why are you patting your mic?
It's not coming through, is it?
It is.
Okay, because that's the noise on your door. Somebody's knocking on your door and making all kinds of noise and scraping at your door and stuff. I don't know.
Mm.
God, I mutter to myself, God, people need to learn to knock on the door properly. And yeah, I look through the peephole and
The peephole?
guessing.
Okay, so just in case I don't think we've covered this, there is an electronic thing there that theoretically has a camera on it and a camera at the door and a monitor, but unless you've had it repaired or modified, it most of the time doesn't work. There is a traditional, or just literally a hole in the door peephole thing, but it's straight through the door. So you put your eye up to it. You don't know what's on the other end until you put your eye up to it.
Cool.
Yeah, unless you have a tech come out and work on it or fix it. That.
No, I'm no good at that kind of tech. So, yeah, I guess I just look through the physical and I'm just like, oh, okay, who is it?
Yeah, with the peephole, you hold up a gun an inch to the side of the peephole, and as soon as it goes dark, which means for you, which means someone's looking through it, you just move the gun across an inch and pull the trigger.
Oh yeah, there are a bunch of things you can do to peepholes.
I also think our GM's audio has died. Again.
Thank
The
you,
other one
Mirage.
is if you've got a long enough
Anyway.
blade, when the peephole goes dark, you stick the blade
Yeah.
through the letterbox.
You need a spring letter, or that works too. A spring loaded, I was going to say one for that. Or you just need a big, really, really big hat with a photorealistic photograph of the hallway on the top of the hat. And you just lean down so that, you know, when somebody looks out, they see that. And then they open the door and you've got a gun on them already.
Yeah.
Anyway, different movie. So, anyway, it's Stringer and Marcellus on the other side of the door.
Yeah, I opened the door. It's like, hey guys.
After we spent 10 minutes talking about your looking through the peephole.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, so I think what we need to do is...
I get the
You know-
feeling this is an inside conversation, so why don't you come in and I'll shut the door.
As you guys are about to, or as you're going in, another person is walking down the hallway. And they're walking kind of somewhat stiffly. As in not, you know, the regular fluid motion that people normally have when they walk. But they walk down the hallway. You see them turn their head towards you guys and look for a few seconds and turn their head back, and they just keep walking.
Do we recognize them?
Is it one of my neighbors or is this some new person?
It is someone you would have each seen around the building at one point or another. If you want to go as far as making a roll of some sort, you can do human perception and see if it tells you anything else.
Yep.
I have that skill. I might as well. Oh, excellent. I have no idea.
There are other people that live in the building. You guys all know. You would know this. There are definitely other people that live in the building. They periodically are in the halls. It's not that big a deal, but there is something about the way this person was walking that caught Stringer's attention.
Marcellus
apparently,
also has no idea.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Is this even a person?
It's a robot. Kill it.
Okay, so wow. So Mirage.
Okay, we're burning the ones now. It's fine.
That's good.
Okay, so Mirage will see this person walking down the hallway, and your only thought is that they're staring at you, and you're not sure if you like that or not.
Okay.
You know, they're looking at you because, well, you know, what are you, like an 8 attractiveness or something like that? I think.
Yep.
Was it? So
I'm like an 8 attractiveness,
pretty attractive female.
9 movement allowance, and 10 body type. I'm like some highly attractive like athlete.
So you do not recognize them. Your only thought is that they're just kind of maybe staring at you too long, which happens because you're fairly attractive female and all that. Times.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's
I
it.
don't like it. I don't like it.
Marcellus, you are completely distracted by the fact that you saw there was a light on the other side of the peephole, and it went dark for a second. Then Then she just opened the door. She didn't do anything to find out who was on the other side beyond looking through a regular peephole. She could have been shot easily. You could have easily taken her out before she even opened the door, let alone after, since, you know, she just seemed to make no preparations. She didn't have a gun in her hand or anything to defend herself. And oh yeah, somebody walked down the hallway.
Yeah.
Stringer, on the other hand, which just kind of makes sense. You know, he is the media. It does kind of make sense, somewhat. Yes, the person is walking very stiffly. You would not think that they had a lot of cyberware, which somebody who has a lot of cyberware and/or has just recently gotten legs or arms or something like that installed is going to walk more stiffly. They're not used to them yet, but it's not like that. It is almost the analogy that comes to mind would be a puppet on strings as they're walking. Just kind of weird. Let's see. What else can I say about that person? You can also, actually, if you Stringer, you could do an awareness notice. Also, you're all tied up in your perception that you could run an awareness. Okay, good enough. Yes, okay, so you have seen this person around the building before. They, as far as you know, they are a resident here. You don't know where exactly, or you don't necessarily know their name and stuff. But you notice they do have, where just as I said, they don't seem to have, you don't think they have cyber arms, cyber legs, or anything like that. They do have 2 cyber eyes. And as they go by, you'll notice across the back of their neck, they've had some kind of surgery or something. There's a scar across the back of their neck.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's it. Mirage is inviting you guys in.
Yeah, but it's a human who's moving stiffly. It's not some sort of drone or bot or...
It's not a bot. It's not a a human-looking robot or anything, as far as you can tell. Which you feel pretty confident in your ability to judge people and stuff. Your human perception roll is good. So you don't think it's a robot or anything like that. It's just a person walking kind of stiffly. Yeah, the couple of things I mentioned, the cyber eyes, the scar. That's it.
Yep.
Which may or may not mean anything.
Yeah.
The whole thing could be a red herring.
Yep.
Yep. I didn't see him anyway, so...
You didn't catch it. Well, you saw somebody walk down the hallway. That you got that part.
Yeah, but that's literally...
Yeah.
People, it's a residential building. People walk down the hallway all the
It
time.
happens. That's right.
Yeah.
So Mirage just has invited you. That stuff happened to you. Mirage invited you in. What do you guys want to do from there? Hello? Yeah, okay. Make sure my mic was still on.
Yeah, that guy was
Okay.
weird.
Huh? No, it's just some passerby, whatever. Yeah. We need to get into Robert Robertson's. You're the person to do it for us. Get us in. Get my brother in.
I just want to be clear. Have you entered the apartment yet?
Yes, we did.
Because if not, as soon as you started saying that, I would just like forcibly like try and pull you in and be like, no, not in the corridor.
Yeah, we're already in.
Cool. Door's shut. Fuck that. Cool. So, well, wow. What are we thinking? Like, do they have an office in the city, or are we going to be sneaking into one of their construction sites?
Office.
Office, yeah.
Any reason why you're looking at breaking and entering into corporate property?
Well, they're the ones, or at least they're the front for the ones who are planning on basically demolishing this building and replacing it with some corporate monstrosity. And so far, with some of the buildings they've demolished, they've blown them up with people in them.
How nice.
Yeah, Juilliard Theatre across the road was one of those.
Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, gonna be honest, I've never done like a break and enter on like a company's office. Usually, it's lower profile than that. Being completely honest, so I don't know. I mean, we can try. Not making any guarantees, but we can try.
Yeah, cool. Well, you know, I think you need to go scope it out and, you know, get some sort of idea. Maybe go visit and be interested in looking at properties they've got up for sale. So get inside and see what it is that you need to defeat.
Yeah. Yeah. Could do that. They're still going to be open at this time. What time is it?
It's gonna be. Let me see. It is getting dark. We're gonna say it's getting dark fast. It was the whole thing on the roof took place before sunset, but with all the pollution and everything in the air, it gets dark pretty fast once sunset comes on. So it is after dark. We'll call it 6-7 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, it doesn't have to be tonight. You can go and start putting stuff together tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we can't sit on this too long.
Yeah. Well, I've got something coming in tomorrow. I don't 100% know when my brother's going to be back, do I?
In the morning is all you guys talked about, I believe,
So
as I recall.
Yeah, so I got something in the morning, but I can take a look at it sort of towards the afternoon. I mean, might be able to look at it today, but it wouldn't be the greatest idea. You know, I'm not like you. When there's trouble, I tend to try and avoid it, and the streets at night tend to be full of trouble. So I try to not do business during the day if I can. I mean, during the night if I can help it.
Well, I would suggest that tomorrow we go there and we give the building a once-over in the daytime.
Yeah. I completely agree.
And I can put a decent suit on, go in, you know, as a potential customer.
Yeah, because that was the other thing I was going to say. I don't really think I don't have any clothes I could use to really pull off the. Oh yeah, I actually have loads of money and want to buy something. Probably pull it off if I did have some, but yeah, they're expensive, really expensive. And considering this area is going to become a free fire zone, I kind of prioritized survival over getting a fancy dress.
How about, instead of a fancy dress, one of those what are those one-piece things they call jumpsuits? You know, the trousers, jacket thing that's all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got some we picked up from another job, and they're Armani.
What?
Okay, Mirage, you have wardrobe and style, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, you should roll that.
Fucking of course I do.
I figured you did, but you know.
24.
Is that a
Which is
10?
10.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So, if you would, what's going through your mind, they suggest you wearing an Armani jumpsuit. Just really doesn't fit your, it doesn't sound like you were already going to say this, but that, not your style.
Yeah. Just like, what?
It is Armani. No, it is Armani. It's a good brand.
Why would I want to wear that? No.
Well, for a start, it's armored, and for a second, if you did want to go into the, the offices, it's a designer label.
It's also a jumpsuit.
Yeah, but remember, this is Cyberpunk. There's probably a group of people walking around with dildos strapped to their forehead because it's cool.
Yeah, they're also weird.
Yeah.
Look, no, it's not gonna happen. Not doing that. Jeez.
Any spare dresses?
That's the problem.
Yep, sorry, dresses aren't really my thing.
Oh, I think you'd look fabulous in one.
I could pull it off, but not really my thing.
Look, I'm happy to scope the place out, but I'm not going in, and I'm definitely not going in a jumpsuit.
It's yeah. Do you have?
God, if I was back home, I'd be laughed out of that office if I went in a jumpsuit.
Do you have a what is your clothing style? Do you have it?
I
Written down or rolled. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I haven't put it on my character sheet.
Oh, okay, okay. That's why I was looking for it. I wasn't seeing it.
Yeah, I don't think I rolled or did anything like that.
Okay, no problem. It's okay. I was just gonna say it's basically it sounds like that's just not the style, not Mirage's style.
Not jumpsuit.
An Armani
I can
jumpsuit
say
that's
that.
armored is not a bad thing on its own. It's just not your style. Is what you're saying.
And you've got to remember where my character's from. Where, Europe is like style over substance, like multiplied by 100. So it's like I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that. I'd rather be caught dead wearing something good.
It's Armani. It's good.
It's a jumpsuit.
And
Like, what am I gonna be? Like, the richest engineer in the West? What? No. Not happening.
Yep.
My bodyguard.
Wow.
You just get like a raised eyebrow.
You are big enough, I suppose. You got the body for it.
Now he's small enough.
I love it. You guys are talking about breaking into a corporate office somewhere, and your the biggest hiccup isn't getting into it or that you're going to do it, or what you're going to go after. Your biggest conversation is what you're going to wear.
Look,
this is Cyberpunk.
In the words of the TF2 sniper, professionals have standards. All right.
Oh.
I'll still scope the place out, just not as a client.
Yep, this part's just for you guys to work out, so. Just to make sure we haven't lost anybody. Stringer, or Stringer, Marcellus, you guys still there? Okay, very good.
yeah,
Okay, very good.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I was going to say, and then everyone went silent.
never was silent. Let's see. It's gonna be. So, as you guys are still having this conversation, you will hear a there's a someone talking loudly on a PA system or something. It sounds like they're driving down the road, but basically you hear somebody saying, by order of the Night City Council, a 8 o'clock 2000 local time curfew is now into effect.
Yeah, I
No
stood to
one
the others.
without-
I'm definitely not going out now.
No one without permission without appropriate corporate permission
Be out between 2000 and on.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
And it repeats. It repeats once or twice, and then you hear it fading off as they're continuing down the street.
Right, well, I'm going to have to start talking to the gang leaders I know to organise a street party with food and stuff. Starts 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
Civil disobedience.
Definitely.
Oh, hey, cool. Okay, so have you guys decided? Have you worked out? Have you decided you are going to go, but not tonight? Is that what you guys came down to? Okay, so and you're just gonna, I don't know. I guess it hasn't been decided what you're gonna wear. You'll have to figure that out, I suppose.
I've got, like, my clothes are leisure wear, so I don't actually look like a homeless person. Leisure wear is double price, guys. You know.
Leisure wear is the you sat here. You're knocking an Armani suit.
I am.
When all you do is wander around in fucking chav tacky bottoms.
Hell yeah. These are practical. Have you seen what my job entails? Probably haven't, because I'm
That'd be
really
kind of
good
the
at not
point,
being
wouldn't it?
seen. Yeah. You seen my job entails? No, you haven't. That's the point.
Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So you guys
Right,
gonna?
once I actually get some money, one of my first purchases is a new wardrobe. I hope you all realise that. It's gonna be great.
You pay for clothes?
Yes, I don't steal them from dead people.
Neither do I.
Except for jumpsuits.
Yeah, but they weren't wearing them when I stole them.
Right, that's true. There's that. You have a
I
point.
didn't strip the suits off
You have
the
a
bodies.
point. That's right. You stole their go bags. That's right.
Yeah.
Which will remind you, you haven't heard from your designer patron recently.
Yeah.
Trainer. Yeah, you sent the message about the hats and all that, but you haven't heard anything back from them in a while.
Okay.
But just a comment there. That was days ago already, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's up to you. At this point, it's just up to you guys. At whatever point in here, if you are going to do anything else for the evening, we'll move on to the next morning.
Well, I will go back and finish off that piece on the bombing and etc.
I will go and speak
And
to
there's a siren.
Ice Pick to find out what he wanted to tell me in person.
Yeah. Give us a call if it's something that we all need to hear.
Of course.
So you guys are leaving Mirage's place, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So they leave.
If we can get a bit more fame, I'm hoping that the designer can come up with if she wants, with some matching outfits for the team. Yeah, so we're like the designer version of Reservoir Dogs.
Well, keep it Mirage. You didn't know Mirage at the
Gucci
time you talked to him last.
mercenaries.
Gucci, yes. Gucci-naries.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, so
Rip audio.
So, okay, there we are. There we are. Okay, so are you guys going to do anything else this evening then? Are you going to try to throw a block party?
I think so.
It's a bit short notice to do it tonight, but
You got about an hour.
yeah.
I'm totally up for a block party.
Yeah, I think making some calls and organising one for tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, you're gonna be working on your photo and film stuff. You're cutting all that stuff together, and you're gonna make
Yep.
some calls and try to get whoever you can to show up, do a block party. Just basically right outside the building, or where at? The condo, like right in front of the whoops, wrong button. Right in front of the condo
Yeah,
building.
in the square there, because that's a fair-sized open space.
Oh, well, the Tokutomi Square is the name of the whole property.
Yeah. Just from the look of it, there's a fair-sized open space next to it. Yeah, there. Where the name Tokutomi Square is. And we can't hear you, so...
Okay. So
Howard,
they're building this whole area behind here. The words there are the name of the whole property, the building, and so on. This whole area back here is parking lot, open air parking lot for the building.
Yeah.
So you want to do it in the parking lot of the building? Is where you want to have your block party.
Yeah, and it can spill onto the streets up and down the side of the building from there.
Right. Okay. So you're gonna do that. You're gonna start making some calls, and
Yeah.
All right. So you're doing your stuff. Mirage, do you have something else, or are you basically waiting for the morning to get your guns back, or were you gonna do some online shopping or something, or go out?
I mean, going out's tempting because it's like, as much as I say, I don't really want to go out in this curfew. I kind of like, it's kind of like a hobby that she's got, is like urban exploration. But I think no, not tonight. I want to see how this, new Militech
First night
presence pans
goes-
out.
right. Yep. Okay. And Marcellus, you were going to go talk to your brother,
I was indeed going to go
you're-
talk to my brother.
your Netrunner brother, from the
Yep.
same mother. All right. All right. Ice pick. So yeah, you go to his place. He has a completely different style camera and door and some other things completely different from where the rest of the building looks. When you get up to the door of his condo, where he's staying, completely different kind of lock, everything. As soon as you start to knock on the door, the catch goes ahead and releases. The camera that's above the door kind of pans back and forth some, and then the door releases and opens and lets you in.
Okay.
So, when you go inside, it's it's one of those real small condos. It's just like the main room, a bedroom, and a bathroom. Kitchenette's part of the main room, kind of place. But the whole living room has like 3 chairs in it, and it's a bunch of different kinds of computer gear, racks, like server racks of stuff. All kinds of cool stuff. If you were a netrunner, you'd think it was cool at least. Or tech, you probably would really like this place. But he goes in, as you're coming in, he's jacking out from a deck. He is sitting in a chair that, as he's jacking out, the chair is laid way back, and as he jacks out, the chair sits up. It's one of those massaging. It actually has things that go over your wrists with auto injectors built into it. Made for netrunners.
Yep, sounds good.
But anyway, so he gets up and he says, "How are you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in days."
Been kind of busy. You saw all of the set to, I'm taking it.
As you guys are starting to talk, he immediately goes to a bag, pulls a device out of a bag, and starts running it around the walls, around the corners of all the windows, around the door frame. And he's just talking very small talk.
Yeah.
How's the weather? Have you seen the latest show? Have you been to see Jackson's show since he got back in town? Stuff like that. And he gets all done, and he doesn't. The thing never made any noise or whatever. He puts it away. He goes, "Okay, I think we're okay to talk now."
Cool.
And he still seems to be looking over his shoulder at the window and the door periodically. But so yeah, I looked into Robert Roberts, like I told you. I looked into that, and it looked like their entire presence on the net is advertising and property listings and virtual tours and stuff like that. Their real data doesn't look like it's accessible that way, directly on the net. Somebody's gonna have to go plug in at their building or wherever their stuff is. And,
I'm arranging to get you in.
Excellent, cool. He's still looking around. He goes, and there's something else. Have you noticed anything weird about some of the residents in the building?
No. I barely noticed the other residents in the building, if I'm honest.
No, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine.
Oh, shit. Okay, so he says, well, kind of surprised. Usually you notice stuff. Anyway, he says, there's a bunch of the residents that are walking, or they're kind of stiff in the way they walk. And I've noticed a lot of them have had a surgery, have some kind of scar across the back of their neck. And I even swear I saw Pac-Man the other day, but I called out to him and he didn't answer. And when I got to the corner, he's just gone around the corner in front of me. By the time I got there, he was gone. He disappeared. So I'm not sure what's going on with all that, but yeah, it seems like a lot of people in the building are like that.
Oh, well, I'll keep an eye out.
And this building has, he says, probably the highest bandwidth net connection outside of the corporate center that I've seen. He says, I've never seen a residential building have as much bandwidth going to the net as this building seems to have. And every time I try to track down who's paying for it or how it works, all I can do is narrow it down to the top floor of the building, to the penthouse. He says, as soon as I try to do anything else, it either cloaks itself on the net. It just either disappears, or well, a couple of times I've been chased off by dogs, but in any case, I haven't been able to get into it. I don't know what the hell's going on up there.
I
So,
thought
anyway.
the top floor. I thought Stringer had taken over the penthouse.
Who?
I thought Stringer had taken over the penthouse.
Stringer? No. Stringer just
No.
has a con. No.
No. Okay.
No, you guys all have never. It's always been. Sorry?
Possibly a different game.
Ah. No, the as far as you guys know, the penthouse has always just been secured. It has its own elevator, people elevator. It has its own vehicle lift elevator. It has its own secured section of the parking garage, completely inaccessible, or at least none of you guys have tried to get in beyond, trying the doors locked, right, that kind of thing. Nobody's ever tried to break into it, as far as you know, of the players. But go ahead.
It's a good. All that good bandwidth.
He says, "Oh yeah, it's great. It's great." He says, "I'm a little concerned somebody's watching me, but other than that, it's great." He says, "I try to take all my regular precautions, but it still seems like there's somebody watching me sometimes."
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird.
You're probably still a little on edge after your rushed relocation to here. But yeah, thanks for the info. Get yourself get your game face on. We'll probably be going to get the goods.
All right, I will get some stuff ready. Just let me know when. Give me a little bit of warning.
Yeah, of course. At least 10 minutes.
At least 10 minutes. Sounds about right for you.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I'm going to give Doc Ock a quick call.
oh, one more thing. Marcellus, you're heading out of his place then?
Yes.
Okay. As you start to head the door, he goes, well, hold on. And he jacks in, and he comes just a few seconds later. He pops out and goes, I checked all the cameras around the hallway and around my door, and everything looks clear. You're good to go.
Okay.
And he hits a button and the door pops open.
Super paranoid, but I will make mention of the fact to just drop messages that, my bro says that lots of people seem to have had surgery recently and are acting a little weird in the building.
Okay.
I will now try and pay a little more attention to the people in the building.
No shit.
Okay. So, Stringer and Mirage get those messages that there's something going on, according to Marcellus' brother, the Netrunner. There's something weird with the people, whatever. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you got that. You're waiting. You're just waiting on morning. So we'll do the quick call to Doc Ock, and then it'll be we'll move on to the next morning, if you guys are okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so you call over to Doc Ock's place, which is in the basement below that building. You get one of his nurse types, and you'll recognize it. It's the nurse that was one of the really attractive female nurse that had the really deep baritone voice.
Yeah.
And she will answer in Doc Ock's Bar and Grill. They always answer with a different name. It's always Doc Ock something, but they always come up with something new when they answer the phone.
Yep.
So, what's up?
Hello there. It's Stringer here.
Hey, Stringer.
Could do with a quick word with the doc. We've got some weird stuff going on.
Well, you could
Surgery
say that.
Related.
Ah, okay. Hold on. Let me see if he's available. You get put on hold, and there's this really heavy metal, thrash metal music for the hold music. And a few seconds later, Doc comes on. Yeah, what do you want? Hey, Stringer, what do you want, man?
Yeah, there's some weird stuff going on in our building, maybe other places as well. But
Really?
yeah, there's some of the residents are walking around a bit like automatons, you know, stiff, not with the normal flair that they have. And
they all get
the
new
only guy I
cyber
saw
legs?
up close up had, I don't think they'd got cyber legs. They appeared mainly flesh. But one guy I did get to see close up, he's got a scar on the back of his neck from recent surgery, something being implanted there. He's also got cyber eyes. And someone else has said they've seen quite a few people in the building like that. Wonder if you got any ideas?
Not
Maybe
offhand.
it's some sort of personality chip or something.
Well, scar on the back, usually for most Neuralware stuff, it's just an injection or a very small scar to put in a coprocessor, depending on what the options are you want. Usually you don't have a big scar for that, unless whoever's doing it doesn't know what they're doing. But if you hey, if you bring me one of them, I'll be happy to check it out, see if I can tell what it is.
Okay, will do. I shall see if we can acquire a live sample. But keep an ear out for other people.
Even if they're not alive, I can still probably check it out. But alive would probably be better.
Yep. But keep an ear out for anyone else reporting the same thing for me, if you don't mind.
Sure thing. I'll do that. Anything else you need?
Not at the moment, no. I'll see you later.
All right, get the hell off the phone. Talk to you later. And he hangs up.
Yeah.
So that's what he says. All right. So yes, you've done that. And yeah, basically all he did was suggest that you kidnap one of your, someone else's, your buildings in your building and bring them to him, where he'll probably dissect them and do experiments on them to find out what the scar's for.
Yep.
Nothing, no big deal. Okay. So
it's just Tuesday in Cyberpunk.
That's right. Okay, so Stringer, you continue to do your photo and film stuff, and while things are rendering or processing, you will start making calls for how many people you can get to show up. And Marcellus, you heard about the whole block party idea? Were you going to do anything to get people to come?
Yeah, because
you're gonna make some calls.
I mean, I'm gonna make some calls, and obviously when Jackson gets in touch with me, I'm also gonna push him on.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he can't come and perform at the block party.
Okay. Mirage, will you make some calls or anything to try and get some people to show up for the block party? Are you planning to?
I don't think who I know.
Oh, you could just start dialing numbers randomly.
I mean, I don't have a phone, so I actually know.
Oh, well, in that case, I guess you won't. Okay, then. Okay.
And I guess you don't get the message.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I'm clueless.
So, we do have one more call, and then we'll move on to the next morning. Marcellus, you will get a call about 2 a.m. from your brother Jackson.
Jax.
Hello, brother. How are you?
Yeah, good. How long you been in town for?
Only a few days, week, something like that. Days kind of run together.
Oh.
We've been playing every day, every night.
Cool.
It's been great fun. Of course, we're not sure how tonight's going to go. The Militech didn't bother us tonight, but we're not sure how that's going to work. They seem to stay on the north. They seem to stay on the north side of the wall tonight, anyway.
Do you want to come do a party tomorrow night?
I'm always up for a party. Where at?
Spit in the face of Arasaka, my place.
Done. What time?
8.
Oh, you are trying to be rude. I like it. All right, I'll be there.
Oh,
Should I bring some
cool,
friends?
cool. Bring friends, get them here, and dude, we need to have a proper chat, but face to face.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, I'm not doing. Hey, I'm off now. I'm not supposed to be back on stage the rest of the night. I'd come over.
Yeah, sure. If you want, or I can come to you.
Okay, well then, hey, whatever. Hey, the club's putting me up at the hotel that's right attached here. So if you want to come down to my place, or I can come out, I don't mind coming up to you. He said, I don't care. What's the worst they're gonna do? All right.
Yeah,
He said,
I'll come to you, my friend.
You'll come to me. All right, very good. All right, see you in a bit. I'm in room 429. I'll see you.
Yeah, sure.
See you in a bit. Or do you want to see me? Or do you want to meet at the bar? How about we meet at the bar? I'll buy you a drink. Let's meet at the bar.
The
All
bar
right.
it is.
See you at the bar. Bye.
I'm going out.
So much for just skipping on. Actually, it's up to you. Is there something in particular, or do you just want to go have some drinks with your brother?
Basically, I just want to go have drinks with him and
Okay.
clue him in on what's going on and trying to get him and getting him to, obviously, he's going to come and hit the party, give a bit of a set, but also to start pushing and just start using his influence to get people on side for our local neighborhood and against Arasaka.
Okay, all right. Well, you can do that. Let's see. You're going to need. What means?
I don't want him,
Go ahead.
I don't want him to necessarily start a riot just yet.
No riots. Just start to influence opinion.
Yes. We'll
by
get
what-
to starting riots when it's necessary.
By what means do you want to get down to the club? Because don't forget, it will be way after curfew.
I'm fully aware it's a way after curfew, and I'm going to go by foot.
You're just going to go by foot? Okay. Let's do, how many blocks? Say 1, 2... Two rolls will get you through the wall, that wall. And
Cool.
he seemed to say the Militech wasn't coming south of the wall, at least tonight. So, at least 2 stealth rolls.
You want stealth rolls?
Yeah. If I remember your numbers right, basically you don't want to fumble. Other than that, you should be fine. Yep, that'll work. Yep, 15 was, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought that was going to be the minimum you could roll was 15 anyway, but it would have been 1. So anyway, yes, you make it through the wall. Once you do a couple of times on your track, you have to duck behind a data term or a pile of trash or whatever as a Militech vehicle rolls by. They seem to be doing a lot of patrolling. You do not see any Militech personnel on foot. You only see vehicles. And it is not clear how many people or what kind of armament or anything they might be using. It's just their APCs that are running around town, around the area.
Yep.
Okay, so
and then
yeah.
I will live it up with my brother a little and catch up with him and get him to start doing stuff for when he's doing. But obviously he's coming to do a set with people tomorrow night for our block party.
Yep, he says no problem, I'll do it. He'll be there. He's going to try to bring some friends and bring some other musicians, and he's going to talk to, considering the current situation and stuff, he's going to talk to the manager of the club too and see if they mind if he just passes around the club and stuff. So yeah, he's going to help try to do his best to get some people there. Okay. So sounds like we are ready to move on to the next morning. Mirage, you will
Yeah.
get a delivery of the last week mentioned weapons with the stuff done to them that we discussed,
Hey. Nice.
including the suppressors. The not for your light handgun.
Yeah.
He does say he checked it out. He said he can have it modified to do that work, but he's like, you'd really probably be better off just buying a different gun.
No, it's fine. I've got a new gun. It's
So-
like the pistols.
So you did that, gave you that stuff, gave you the ammo and stuff.
I
And-
drop around. Stringer the stuff that I posted in Discord last week. Like that'll be the first thing that I'll do.
Oh.
But if you want to
It'll-
go on to them,
Okay. It'll be about 9 o'clock in the morning when the stuff gets delivered. So you go through it, check it out. So 9 to 9:30 or 10. Stringer, if you're up for it, he's going to bring it by to your place. She is going to bring it to your place.
Yep.
I keep having that trouble, man. I'm looking at the video feed, but anyway, it's cool. It's cool. I just, anyway. So Mirage will bring you the weapons as they were in the Discord chat the other day, and you have that stuff. Your photo and video stuff. Your photo and film rolls. Your cuts are all in the process of transmitting to all the different places we discussed.
Yep.
Don't have any responses. Nothing's been aired yet. Marcellus, you were
Yeah.
up. Oh well, I don't know. So you didn't say. I don't know if he woke you up or not at 2 a.m. when he called you, but you effectively were up almost all night. Let's see. So, unless you're doing something to counteract the effects of drinking with your brother all night, you're still going to be at. Actually, did you come back? Did you come back to your condo? Because if so, you're going to be rolling some stealth with some negatives for being drunk.
No,
drunk
no.
and still.
Stay party all night. Ugh.
He does say he's fine if you want to crash with him at his room.
Yeah, do that and then head back in the morning or probably closer to the afternoon.
Okay. All right. So what are you guys doing? You're doing that, so noon or 1 o'clock or something, maybe. Crack of noon.
Yeah.
You'll be heading back. What else are you guys doing? Are you going to go at whatever point? Whoever's going to go case out the Robert Roberts Property Management Building.
Yeah. I'd probably ask the others if they want to come with, or if I'm just going by myself.
What time of day are you going to do that? More or less.
Probably
About.
Probably at the same time I deliver the stuff to Stringer.
Okay.
Like, probably gonna head out to go scope out the place if you want to come along, or if anyone else wants to come along.
Yeah, I'll go along, and while you're scoping out the outsides and checking security, I'll go inside and scope out what I can from going in as a potential customer.
Okay, sounds good.
See if that delivery. I've been trying to get you a delivery of some stuff, but it hasn't happened.
Yep.
Nope. Still no delivery from him. Okay. So you two are gonna go and you're gonna try and contact Marcellus? You gonna go pound on his door or something? Or call him or whatever?
I mean, I probably knock on his door, but he's probably not there. I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, that's true. At that point, he's not there. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
used my
Stringer.
one to avoid a fumble.
You did use a point of luck? Okay.
Yep.
So
there
it's
is a
just
+1 in
just
there.
a 19. Okay, yeah, I saw that. Okay, cool. So it's just 19. (19 and 19). Okay.
Yep.
And So you're doing that. Marcellus, you're not even headed back yet at the time they are leaving. They're pound on your door. Eventually they don't get an answer, so you guys start heading out. So if you look it up, the Roberts Property Management has a building. That's why I was trying to use the Night City source book. I was trying to look it up. But wasn't finding what I wanted, so I'm just gonna call it. Which one? It was up here someplace. This one. I'm gonna call it this one as being a small mall with offices on the upper levels. It's actually one of the. It's a not very big building, but it's a mall. Relatively, it's a big building. It's not a humongous building. First 2 floors are shopping mall. Then you got some floors of office space, and then you've got some living space above that.
Yep.
That building there. So how you guys gonna get there? What's your plans?
Catch a cab.
Combat cab, execu cab.
Execu cab.
The little robot pedicab things.
No, not the Johnny cabs.
The Johnny cabs. Yeah. No, not Johnny cabs. Okay. I'm sorry. Did you say combat cab?
Use one of the execu cabs.
Execu cab. Okay. And are you guys going to go in the same cab?
Yeah, but drop Mirage off at the corner. Then I'll pull up outside their offices and get out of the cab.
Your point is to have a little bit better, nicer looking vehicle and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you call execu cab and ask to be picked up at Tokutomi Square down here, they refuse. We do not go to free fire zones. You want combat cab, and they hang up on you.
Yeah, I suppose it is now the free fire zone. Shit. Oh well, then I guess it's going to have to be combat cabs.
Okay. So combat cab is cool, sure. Yeah, whatever. We'll be there in a little bit. Be ready.
Yep.
Be outside the door waiting for us, because we're not going to hang around there long. There's been rumors. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So about 15-20 minutes later, combat cab pulls up in front of the building.
Yep.
Honks the horn a couple of times.
Yeah. I'm guessing, we were like ready to be there.
Yeah,
waiting in the lobby, so all we've got to do is open the door and...
Yeah.
I assume now, having said that, Mirage, do you want to do personal grooming, wardrobe, and style? Since you're going out in public and all that?
Yeah, why not? It's your burn, and yeah. There we go.
Okay. Okay. So you guys hop in the cab. And you've already given the destination. So you're gonna have them stop a block or two away to drop the Mirage off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, I don't. I was watching the levels, and it was just peaking. No matter, I wasn't even saying anything. It was just.
Yeah. It was really loud. Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. Anyway, okay. So you guys get in the cab, and your plan is to drop Mirage off a block or two away before you get there.
Yep.
And since you're going almost across town and stuff, it will be 100. Let's see. Let's just roll it. These things are variable. Cabs at a big city. What do you expect? 120 euro. for the whole ride,
Yep.
plus whatever tip you want to give him, if any.
Okay.
You're not keeping track of your cab drivers or anything, are you?
I'm not keeping track of who is the driver, but I am deducting the money when.
Okay. Well, yeah. I would assume that you're deducting the money.
Yep, I'll give him 150.
150. Okay,
So
very
includes
good.
the tip.
That's cool. He appreciates it. Yeah, once you've paid him, he will unlock the doors for Mirage to get out, and then you get down a little bit further down the road, he unlocks doors for you to get out.
Yep.
Yeah, and he speeds away. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, I
Who
shall.
wants to? I was gonna say, who wants to go first?
I mean, Stringer was already starting, so why not?
Is that okay? I was gonna say we can make it a random thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, first off, I will look in the window at the they're bound to have the properties, some properties in the window.
So, and I assume you're not gonna like walk up to the window and try to see in. You're just looking at the. You're literally window shopping. Well, not literally. You're not shopping for windows, but.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, so they have multiple displays, 100-inch plus displays in the window of their office. Now, keep in mind this is a mall. Actually, let me qualify this. This is when you first walk up to it, it's a parking lot and a mall. You can go inside the mall. They actually have a shop, so to speak. They have a location in the mall that is for renting and paying a rent on if you're occupying one of their properties, that kind of stuff. They have in that little shop, they have kiosks where you can browse through all their properties and see which ones you might want to rent, or you can fill out an automated form if you're trying to rent something, you want them to handle it for you, all that kind of stuff. Also, on the on the 5th floor of this building is their offices. They have the entire 5th floor. So, where are you going, to the shop in the mall, or are you going to go up to the offices?
I'll take a look in the windows at the shop first.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead up to the offices.
Okay. The shop is a pretty busy. It's basically just like a shopping mall you might have we might have today, basically, except maybe not as clean. A lot more cameras. As you are looking toward they've got glass on either side and this big 5-6 person open doors for you to go in and out. There's constantly people walking in and out. You see all those kiosks. There's a whole row of them. Several of them on the inside. There are people at counters, kind of like an Apple store. There are counters, and there are people people that have the polo and everything on in the badge.